Imagine a world where death is not the end, but a transition to another realm. A place where the boundaries between the living and the dead are blurred, and the souls of the departed linger in a state of limbo, waiting for their final journey. Now, picture this: unseen hands reaching across the divide, not to offer comfort or guidance, but to manipulate and control. These hands belong to those who believe they have the power to alter the destinies of the dead, manipulating the fate of souls who can no longer speak for themselves. They operate in the shadows, unseen and unchallenged, rewriting the stories of those who have passed on. This is not a scene from a horror movie, but a practice shrouded in secrecy, woven into the fabric of the Mormon Church. It is a ritual that has been carried out for generations, hidden from the public eye and known only to a select few. This is the story of how the Mormon Church converts the souls of the departed, adding their names to their membership rolls, often without the knowledge or consent of the deceased or their living relatives. It is a practice that raises many questions and concerns. Imagine discovering that your ancestors, who lived and died with their own beliefs and values, have been posthumously converted to a faith they never knew. This is a reality for many families who have stumbled upon this hidden practice. This practice is not widely known, hidden behind closed doors and veiled in religious doctrine. It is a secret that the Church guards closely, fearing the backlash that could arise if it were more widely understood. Yet, it is a practice that raises profound ethical questions about free will, the afterlife, and the very essence of religious freedom. It challenges our understanding of what it means to respect the dead and honor their memory. As we delve deeper into this shadowy world, we must ask ourselves, who has the right to rewrite the legacies of the departed, and at what cost? At the heart of this practice lies a simple yet powerful tool, the list. Mormons meticulously compile lists of names culled from historical records, genealogical databases, and even cemeteries. These lists are not mere inventories of the departed. They are seen as gateways to spiritual salvation. In secretive temple ceremonies, Mormon members stand in as proxies for the deceased. Through a series of rituals, they perform baptisms and other rites, believing they are offering the deceased a chance to accept the Mormon faith in the afterlife. This practice, known as baptism for the dead, forms a cornerstone of Mormon theology. What makes this practice even more unsettling is its clandestine nature. Hidden from the public eye, these rituals are carried out in secret, away from the scrutiny of those who might question or oppose them. The very essence of this practice is shrouded in mystery, making it difficult for outsiders to understand or even become aware of its existence. The Mormon Church does not openly advertise or readily explain the practice of posthumous baptism to those outside their faith. This lack of transparency creates a barrier, preventing open dialogue and understanding. For many, the idea that their deceased loved ones could be baptized into another faith without their consent is both shocking and deeply unsettling. Many people, even those with Mormon family or friends, remain completely unaware that their deceased loved ones could be targeted for conversion. This practice often goes unnoticed, hidden beneath layers of tradition and religious rites that are not openly discussed. The emotional impact on families who discover this can be profound, leading to feelings of betrayal and confusion. This lack of transparency raises serious concerns. When religious practices are conducted in secrecy, it undermines trust and fosters suspicion. People begin to question the motives and ethics behind such actions, wondering why something so significant is kept hidden from public knowledge. Is it ethical to perform religious rites on individuals without their knowledge or consent, even in death? This question strikes at the heart of personal autonomy and respect for individual beliefs. The idea that one's spiritual destiny could be altered without their consent is troubling for many. raising important ethical and moral questions. Should one religion have the power to alter the spiritual destiny of another, particularly without their knowing participation? This practice challenges the very notion of religious freedom and respect for diverse beliefs. It brings to light the complex interplay between faith, consent, and respect for the deceased. These are not just theological questions. They are moral dilemmas that demand our attention. As we navigate a world of diverse beliefs and practices, it is crucial to engage in open and respectful dialogue. Only through understanding and transparency can we hope to address these complex issues and find a path forward that honors the beliefs and autonomy of all individuals. The very foundation of religious freedom rests upon the principle of choice. This principle is not just a cornerstone of our earthly existence, but a beacon that guides our spiritual journey. It is the freedom to explore, to question, and to ultimately decide what resonates with our innermost beliefs. Each individual has the right to choose their own spiritual path, a path that may be winding and complex, filled with moments of doubt and clarity. This journey is deeply personal, a reflection of one's experiences, upbringing, and inner convictions. To embrace or reject any faith as they see fit is a sacred right. It is an expression of one's autonomy and identity, a declaration of what one holds dear. This choice is a testament to our individuality and our quest for meaning. But what happens when that choice is taken away, when the autonomy we hold so dear is stripped from us? Imagine a scenario where, after our final breath, decisions are made on our behalf, decisions that we might never have agreed with in life. When the veil of death is used as a curtain behind which to perform spiritual conversions without consent, it raises profound ethical questions. This practice, often shrouded in secrecy, can feel like a betrayal of one's deepest convictions. The practice of posthumous baptism throws this fundamental right into question. It challenges the very essence of what it means to respect an individual's spiritual journey. Can such acts be justified, or do they undermine the sanctity of personal belief? Can we truly claim to honor the deceased if we disregard their beliefs in life? To impose new ones upon them in death seems to contradict the very notion of respect and reverence for their lived experiences. An attempt to impose new ones upon them in death? This act, though perhaps well-intentioned, can be seen as an overreach, a violation of the trust and autonomy that each person is entitled to, even in death. Is this an act of spiritual compassion or a violation of their eternal freedom? The answer may not be clear-cut, but it is a question that demands our reflection. In honoring the dead, we must also honor the choices they made in life, ensuring that their spiritual journey remains their own, even beyond the grave. Section 5, The Unwavering Machine, Why This Ritual Persists. Despite growing criticism and ethical concerns, the Mormon Church continues the practice of baptizing the dead. They argue that it is an act of love, offering salvation and a path to eternal families in the afterlife. They believe that the deceased have the ability to accept or reject this offered conversion in the spirit world. However, this justification fails to address the fundamental issue of consent. Even if the deceased could choose to reject this conversion in the afterlife, the act of performing the ritual without their prior knowledge or consent remains a violation of their autonomy. Section 6. Beyond the Veil. Can a soul be truly shackled? This practice also raises questions about the nature of the afterlife itself. Can a soul's eternal destiny truly be altered by a ritual performed on earth without their knowledge? Does the act of baptizing a name on a piece of paper have the power to bind a soul for eternity? While different faiths hold diverse beliefs about the afterlife, the concept of spiritual autonomy remains crucial. The ability to choose one's own path, even after death, is a fundamental right that should be respected and protected. Section 7. Safeguarding Eternity, protecting your loved one's final journey. So how do we navigate this complex and sensitive issue? How do we ensure that the final wishes and beliefs of our loved ones are honored even after they are gone? The answer lies in awareness, education, and open dialogue. Talk to your loved ones about their beliefs and wishes regarding the afterlife. Make your own views clear and document them. Explore ways to legally protect your own spiritual autonomy and that of your loved ones, ensuring that your choices are respected, both in life and in death. Section 8. A call to action. Break the silence. Reclaim the afterlife. The practice of posthumous baptism, while cloaked in religious doctrine, raises profound ethical concerns that extend far beyond the walls of the Mormon Church. It is a practice that should concern us all, regardless of our own personal beliefs. It is time to break the silence surrounding this issue. It is time to demand transparency from religious institutions and to protect the fundamental right to religious freedom, even in death. Let us ensure that the afterlife, a realm shrouded in mystery and awe, remains a place of peace, respect, and individual choice.